Do you trust your employees? Well, Jorge was having certain suspicions from his people. He realized that some things had been missing lately, but as he didn't know who he was, he decided to take a test to find out, and he was very sad to know who was honest or not. On a day of his normal routine, Jorge then decided to do a test, put some money on a table, he put it under a can, and stayed around to see what would be the attitudes of whoever he was going to find. Then Larissa comes to clear the table. She took the glass, and when she went to get the can she saw the 50 reis bill and immediately took it. Meanwhile, Jorge from afar just watched. She took the money, looked this way and that, put it in her pocket, and walked out as if nothing had happened. Later, Jorge again placed a 50 reis bill on another table, and watched from afar to see who would find it and what attitude he would have. And then Caesar comes, another employee. He starts to set the table, until he sees the note, looks from one side to the other, and puts it in his pocket, and continues to set the table. After a while, he gets a call, and they were his friends. They were going to have a barbecue, but Nilsson didn't have the money to go, so now he found the note and took it. He confirmed his presence, he told his friends, put his name so he doesn't lose his spot, and meanwhile Jorge was just watching from afar. To see if that was what he was listening to, he goes to Caesar to see what he would say. Jorge greets him, and asks if something happened, if something new had arrived. Caesar says no, it was just a simple call, but he was already going back to work. Jorge then agrees and keeps an eye out. A few minutes later, Fernanda, another employee, was cleaning the tables, and Jorge takes the opportunity to leave the note while she cleans. So when she turns her back, he puts the money there and takes care of it. When she arrives at the table, Fernanda takes a while to see the bill, but until she sees it, she takes the bill, looks to the side, says thanks, is undecided and returns the money in the same place, but soon she takes it again, puts it in his pocket, and leaves, and Jorge is right behind, seeing the whole situation. So he says, there are no more honest employees in this world. A while later he decides to have a meeting with the three of them. He says that the reason for the meeting is because some things are missing here at the company, and I wanted to know if you have something to tell me. All of them were shaking their heads, saying no. So Jorge says, nobody saw anything. I left some money on these tables here, and I want to know where that money is. Caesar said he hasn't seen it, he doesn't know anything. Larissa says he hasn't seen it, nor caught it. Fernanda says she's been working there for more than 10 years, and he knows she is extremely reliable. So Jorge says, good people, you know that we work with honesty in this company, and here's the thing, I need this money here by the end of the day, and if he doesn't show up, I'll send the three of them away. Caesar continues saying that he hasn't even seen this money. Larissa also says that she is a completely honest person, and he knows that, and Fernanda reinforces what she has already said, that she has worked there for more than 10 years, that she is very honest and she has a child to raise, and she needs the job because she hasn't taken anything. So while Jorge repeats that this money has to show up, Caesar nudges Larissa, so she can take his money, combine it with hers and put it in Fernanda's pocket. So when Jorge realizes that no one is going to collaborate, that even though he doesn't want to, he asks everyone to put everything they have in their pockets on the table. Caesar doesn't like the boss's attitude, says he has no reason to, while emptying his pockets. Larissa agrees and puts what she has in her pocket on the table. Fernanda says she has nothing, as she leaves her things in her closet, and Larissa and Caesar, already knowing what they would have in their pockets, start talking to her to show her what they would have in her pockets. Fernanda keeps saying that she leaves things in the closet, but they insist, and then she starts to look. When she puts her hand in one of her pockets, she comes across the money. She gets scared, while Caesar and Larissa start to put a pile. They ask how the money got there, and Fernanda, without understanding anything, says she doesn't know how it happened. The two keep picking on her, saying that it's no use working for more than 10 years and doing these things. She asks the boss to believe her, that she would never do that. The two begin to celebrate, thinking that the plans of them would have worked. So Jorge, very disappointed, says that what they were doing in his establishment was a joke. You can see that honesty is not your strong point, Fernanda. You are the new manager of this establishment. She is surprised and asks how so. She says she doesn't understand anything. She can't accept this position like that. The two are desperate, calling the boss even crazy, a thief. How are you going to give her a job like that? There's no way. She stole all the money. Jorge says, can't you? Slapstick? Do you know what a joke is? It's having the two of you as an employee. That's not possible. A while before, Fernanda, finding the money, went to Jorge, her boss. He greets her, and she says that she needs to talk to him. So she says that while she was cleaning the tables, she found some money, and she didn't know from whom. So she went to take it to him. Jorge is very grateful for her honesty. She says that she has nothing to be thankful for, and that she has a few more things she wanted to say. She says she realized that she had a lot of food left over from the customers. Can I take it home? Jorge then asks, is there leftover food, Dona Fernanda? She says yes, because her husband is unemployed, her son is small. I think it's very wasteful for her to go to the trash, so if you let me, I'd like to take it to eat at home. We're in great need there. Jorge says no, that she wouldn't eat people's leftovers. I'll ask the cooking staff to prepare 2 lunchboxes every day for you to take away. Fernanda is very grateful, and says he doesn't even know how to thank him. He says no needed, because she does a very good job, for 10 years. She then agrees and thanks. Caesar then, to take his off the straight, says, boss, if it wasn't Dona Fernanda and it wasn't me, it could only have been Larissa. She obviously denies it, and says that if it wasn't her and Dona Fernanda, then only Caesar would be left, and that's quite the thing for a man to do. But he denies. So Jorge, at his limit, asks to stop that bullshit. It was neither one nor the other. I put the money to do a test with you, to see which novel of honesty you have here, but apparently it didn't work out. And that's enough. I don't want to know any more dishonest people in my restaurant. You two can leave. I look out on the street. Oh, and Caesar, you're not going to barbecue with my money. Larissa is disgusted, and says she has never been so humiliated in all her life. Caesar takes his cell phone and leaves. The boss then says they can go anyway. Fernanda then says, see you, Jorge, I don't even know what to say to you in this situation. Sorry. See, Jorge then says, don't worry, you don't owe me an apology. You even helped. I needed to know the type of employees I had here at my establishment. Fernanda says she is very grateful, and has no words to thank him for everything he was doing for her, and asks if the proposal to be manager was really true. Jorge says yes, and that she is the new manager of the restaurant, because he needs people like her, honest and hardworking. So she thanks him again, and says he has no idea how it will transform her life with this new position. What an incredible challenge. God is so wonderful, so great that I don't even know how to thank you. Thank you so much. Honesty is everything in this life. My mother taught me these forever.